In this video, I am going to go over the difference between endothermic and exothermic reactions. So as I write it on my paper, you need to be writing it on yours. So endothermic reactions are reactions that absorb energy. So energy is going from the surroundings and into the system. So the system would be the actual reaction itself. These reactions feel cold to touch. So if we were to demonstrate the transfer of heat energy using a chemical reaction, since the reaction is endothermic, it absorbs energy. The energy is going into the system. You're pointing your arrows into the reaction. Now, a good way to remember that endothermic is going in is that it begins with En, which is close to in, but endo also sounds like enter. So energy is entering the system. Okay. The reason these feel cold to touch is because the energy is going from like your hands. That's a weird hand. The energy is going from your hands and leaving and going into the reaction. So because the energy is leaving your hands feel a decrease in temperature. Okay. Now, if we were to look at a chemical reaction, like an actual equation, it would look like this. So A plus B plus heat goes through a reaction and you get your product. Because energy is entering, your heat has to be going into the reaction, which means it's a reactant. So it's going to be on the left side of the equation. Now, when you see actual chemical equations, you are not going to see the word heat. It is going to be represented by a number. With the unit J. So it'd be like plus 370 J on the left side, okay? Now, exothermic is the opposite. Exothermic reactions are reactions that release energy. So energy from the system or the reaction goes out to the surroundings. These reactions are going to feel hot. Okay, so your chemical reaction is releasing energy. Your arrows are going to go outwards to show that the energy is being released. Now, exo, I always say, sounds like exit. Energy is exiting the reaction, so it's going outwards. The reason, let's see if I can draw a better hand this time. Yep, that's 5 fingers. Yep. The reason your hands feel hot is because the energy is going from the reaction to your hands. And since heat is energy, your hands are feeling it be hot, okay? Because that's where the heat is going. Now, the chemical equation is going to be the opposite. So instead of heat going into it, because it's exiting or being released, it's going to go out of it. So it's going to be a product. And a product we know is on the right side of the equation. Okay. And again, you're not going to see the word heat. You are going to see a number with the unit J for joules. So it will be a number with the unit J. Okay, so again, endo sounds like enter, so energy's entering the system or the reaction. Exo sounds like exit, so energy's exiting or being released. Endo to you would feel cold, exo to you would feel hot, okay, because you're feeling the energy go out to your hands. So you are going to complete the check for understanding questions in the Google form and on your paper, and then you are going to do a little hands-on activity to help you really understand the difference between endothermic and exothermic.